Good evening, you magnificent cosmic oddities, and welcome back to the Parallel Universe News Network, the only news source brave enough to report on the realities your government and probably your therapist insist don't exist. I am your intrepid anchor, Shlorpo Blabbermuff, beaming live-ish from a dimension where coffee tastes like existential dread, which frankly would be an improvement over this shit we have in the studio. Tonight we've got a lineup so freaking bizarre, it'll make you question if that special brownie you ate last Thursday ever really truly wore the fuck off. We're talking time travel and shit, quantum imbalance, and multiplying chickens causing chaos on the 405. So buckle up your reality harnesses, muff cups. It's going to be a freaking bumpy ride through the multiverse. Now, before we dive into the delicious chaos, you might notice my co-host, the ever so pensive Gamie, is being unusually quiet. Some of you with long-term memory, which is a rarity in Universe 7B, might recall our last broadcast about the interdimensional bar, the Drunken Singularity. Well, Gamie got himself into a bit of a philosophical debate with a version of Keanu Reeves made entirely of maple fucking syrup, or as we affectionately call him, Sticky Keanu. The debate was over whether a spoon is just a tiny, inefficient bowl with a handle. Heh. Things got heated, words were exchanged, and then a very sticky, very Canadian fist was thrown, making contact directly with Gamie's larynx. Oh man, the result? Well, besides a newfound respect for Canadian maple syrup, Gamie's vocal cords have undergone what we're calling an unscheduled dimensional realignment. When he does decide to grace us with his voice again, you may detect let's call it a geographically ambiguous accent. We're not sure if it's from the dimension where everyone's a swashbuckling pirate, a Shakespearean actor, or maybe just from Boston. He's fine, mostly. He just sounds like he's about to sell you a cursed amulet or ask you to pack the K in the yacht. Now, on to the news. Whee! In celebrity news that redefines the meaning of a world tour, the one and only Beyonce has been spotted everywhere. And I don't mean on every magazine cover, I mean in every universe. Holy moly! Our PUNN entertainment correspondent, a floating orb of pure friggin' anxiety named Chris Musburger, reports confirmed sightings of Queen Bey performing her iconic single ladies dance simultaneously in 12 different parallel universes. Oh wowzers, gee whiz. This isn't a series of lookalikes, folks. This is the real deal 12 times over, man. I wonder how Jay-Z is handling all this. The Bayhive is now a Bay swarm of interdimensional proportions. Ah, snap. In Universe 42, she was seen headlining a concert for a civilization of sentient music-loving sloths who gave her a standing ovation that lasted, get this, 3 fucking weeks. Geez, meanwhile, in the Grimdark Universe 9, she performed a goth metal version of Crazy in Love for an audience of cybernetically enhanced warlords who were so moved they declared a real but temporary ceasefire. In yet another reality, a version of Beyonce made entirely of shimmering light particles sang ballads that literally healed the sick. Oh Lord, praise Jesus. The woman is not just a superstar, she's a fundamental force of the multiverse. The implications are goddamn staggering. Scalpers are now dealing in temporal tickets, trying to sell seats to the same darn concert across multiple dang dimensions, and it's causing a logistical nightmare for her security team, which now has to include a quantum physicist and an exorcist, just in case. Wow, man. They're calling it the formation entanglement. Experts are baffled, trying to understand how one person can occupy so many places at once without violating every known law of physics. For reals though, man, it's the kind of multitasking that would make other celebrities weep. The leading theory is that her sheer talent and stage presence have become so powerful that they've collapsed the wave function of her own existence, allowing her to be in a superposition of states across the multiverse. Like, wow, man, she's not just in the building, she's in all the buildings, in all the realities at the same time. Some say it was a science experiment gone right. Others say she just finally achieved her ultimate form. All we know is that ticket sales are through the roof, even in dimensions where currency is based on flipping positive affirmations. The various Beyoncés have reportedly started to interact with each other, creating a feedback loop of pure, unadulterated fabulousness that threatens to harmonize the entire multiverse into a single, perfect key. Some scientists are worried this could lead to a Sasha Fierce cascade, a chain reaction of sass that could unravel space-time itself, but most people are just hoping for a collaboration album. Imagine a 12-part harmony that breaks the light barrier. Wowzers. It's the kind of event that leaves one full of overwhelming awe. It's awesome and rad. really rad.
Shlorpo, this is a classic, albeit spectacular example of macroscopic quantum entanglement. Theoretically, if an object's quantum state becomes linked with another, they can influence each other instantaneously, regardless of the distance separating them. In this case, it seems Beyonce's essence has become entangled across multiple parallel realities. It's not that there are 12 of her, but that one of her exists in a state of 12 simultaneous manifestations. It's quite beautiful, scientifically speaking.
Right. Science. Now let's see if I can entangle my bunghole with my right ear. Up next, a spooky story from the world of high-energy physics. Scientists at the Large Hadron Collider in a universe almost identical to ours, but with slightly better snacks in the vending machines? Man, I friggin' love zero bars, are reporting some paranormal activity. They claim their multi-billion-dollar particle accelerator is haunted. Ooh, spooky! Not by the ghost of a long-dead scientist or a vengeful lab assistant, but by the spectral apparitions of the very particles they're trying to study. Holy crap! That's right, folks. They're being chased by ghostly Higgs bosons. Oh man! According to terrified physicists, these phantom particles are causing all sorts of mischief. They flicker in and out of existence in the hallways, leave ectoplasmic trails on everyone's lunch, and have been known to whisper "Boo, son" in the dead of night. That's creepy as fuck! One researcher swore he saw a ghostly gluon tying his shoelaces together at near the speed of light. Heh, that's kind of funny. It's hard enough to discover the secrets of the universe without having to worry about subatomic spooks. The haunting seems to have started after a particularly high-energy collision experiment. The theory among the more superstitious members of the team is that they didn't just smash particles together. Get this? They smashed a hole through the veil between the world of the living and the world of the subatomically deceased. They believe these are the souls of particles that have been annihilated in the collider. No way! Now trapped between dimensions and looking for revenge. Or maybe they're just looking for closure. Or a particle with a sympathetic ear and a supportive shoulder to cry on. Oh, now I'm kinda sad. The scientific community is, as you can imagine, deeply divided. The more rational-minded scientists are insisting there's a logical explanation. Well, of course they are. They're blaming equipment malfunctions, magnetic field fluctuations, or simply mass fucking hysteria brought on by sleep deprivation and too much lukewarm coffee. But the other side is doubling down. Oh, great. They've brought in a team of paranormal particle physicists to investigate. Their methods are, well, let's say unconventional. They're trying to communicate with the particle ghosts using a Ouija board made from a discarded silicon wafer. So far, the results have been chilling. Huh, who'da thunk? When they asked the ghost particle what it wanted, the planchette spelled out MOREENERGY. This has caused a panic, for sure. Is it a desperate cry for help from a lost particle, or a major threat from a malevolent subatomic entity that wants to power up and take over the facility and beyond? Oh man, no one knows. All work has been friggin' halted, and the world's most advanced scientific instrument is currently being cleansed with freaking sage and holy water. What the hell? Which, according to the janitorial staff, is a complete nightmare to clean up.
Shlorpo, this is completely and patently absurd. There is absolutely zero empirical evidence to support the existence of ghostly Higgs bosons. Particles don't have souls or consciousness. The reported phenomena are almost certainly attributable to sensor noise or psychological factors. To suggest that a Ouija board could interface with quantum fields is a fundamental violation of all physics.
No evidence? Gamie, I saw it myself on the Ouija board. The little ghost particle told me my fly was open. They're helpful ghosts. Now, from spirits to traffic news. Finally tonight, we have a traffic update for all you intergalactic commuters. If you were planning on taking the wormhole 405 to get to the Kepler 186F system this evening, you're shit out of luck, so you might want to find an alternate route. We're seeing a complete standstill, bad times, man, a traffic jam of cosmic proportions. A multi-light-year pileup has occurred right at the entrance to the wormhole. Oh, dang it, for reals. And commuters are reporting that they've been stuck in the same quadrant of space for literally ages. That's too long. I'm starting to get upset. The jam started this morning when a freighter carrying a shipment of self-replicating rubber chickens suffered a containment breach. Really? The chickens, designed to multiply when exposed to cosmic radiation? What in the literal fuck? Why? Spilled out onto the space lanes and, well, they started multiplying. Like, duh. The intergalactic 405 is now a sea of squeaking, undulating rubber poultry, stretching as far as the eye can see. Traffic is backed up all the way to the Oort cloud. Oh man, that's a long way indeed. The situation is getting tense. Ships are running low on fuel, snacks, and patience. We're hearing reports of space rage incidents as pilots are getting into heated arguments over whose fault the chicken apocalypse is. Well, obviously it's the driver of the freighter. Or just some faulty, glor-dashican piece of shit equipment. The wormhole itself is getting clogged with the rubbery foul, causing gravitational distortions that are making ship crews nauseous. It's a logistical and biological friggin' nightmare. The sound, a cacophony of a billion squeaks echoing through comms channels, is reportedly driving people mad. Well, yeah, the Intergalactic Wormhole Authority, or IWA, has issued a statement denying any responsibility. Of course! They claim they're slippery when spacetime is wet signs were clearly posted and that the chicken freighter was in violation of several containment protocols. Oh yeah, the driver, lousy equipment, yeah. The chicken company, Poultry in Motion, is blaming the IWA for not having adequate cosmic chicken sweepers on duty. Ah, geez, really? It's a bureaucratic blame game indeed. While trillions of commuters are late for dinner, emergency crews are on the scene, but they're struggling. Trying to clear a path through a constantly regenerating field of rubber chickens is proving difficult. For every one they vaporize, 2 more pop into existence. Bing, bing, bang, bong, bing. Am I right? They've considered just closing this arm of the galaxy permanently and letting the chickens have it. For now, the advice to travelers is to sit tight, enjoy the in-flight movie, maybe a few hundred times, and whatever you do, don't make eye contact with the chickens.
While the rubber chicken element is certainly colorful, Shlorpo, the core issue is a failure of temporal traffic management. The Wormhole Authority's denial of responsibility is a classic move. According to precedent set in the Great Molasses Spill of Dimension 9, the entity that maintains the thoroughfare is liable for blockages, regardless of the cargo's properties. The commuters stuck in that jam have a strong legal case for temporal compensation.
Legal cases and rubber chickens. What a universe! And that's all the news that's fit to transmit today. So yeah, with that, you beautiful collection of atoms, this is the end of the program. Whew. We've journeyed up and back down, over and under, from the bottom to the top, and straight through chaos, wonder, and catastrophes, from rubber chickens to freaking particle ghosts. We've learned that Beyonce is a quantum phenomenon, and that no one gives a flying fuck through a rolling donut about Robert Pattinson. No one. Not at all. And that you should never, ever give a Glordashian a microphone. It's a weird multiverse out there, for sure, and we're just really genuinely honored we get to be your humble tour guides through the absolute madness of it all. Thank you for tuning in to the Parallel Universe News Network, where all the news is fake, but it's also all true in a time and place that doesn't exist. We do all of this for you, the curious, the strange, the weird, the people who look at the vast night sky and wonder, is anyone out there, and do they have better snacks? If you enjoyed our little slice of insanity, please, I beg of you, do the multi-dimensional entity of your choice a huge favor and hit all those friggin' buttons. It feeds the algorithm overlords that power our broadcast. Drop a comment below and tell us about the weirdest darn tootin' things that have happened in your home dimension this week. Do it. And please, for the love of all that is holy and or quantum, don't forget about the buttons and shit. We'll be back next time with more stories that blur the line between science fiction and really, really poorly documented science. Until then, keep questioning your reality, be kind to your local cryptid, and check your closet for rogue wormholes before you go nighty-night. This is Shlorpo Blabbermuff, on behalf of a vocally recovering Gamie Vermin, signing off. Stay weird and stay worried.